What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with PPL Division 2 Season 3 Week 5, going up against Fizz, also known as, or previously formerly known as Fizzy Stardust, now known as YoFizz. Really awesome dude. I've looked up to him for a while now, and I've only battled him in the March Madness tournament, which was a complete disaster on my part, and probably not the best showing that I've ever had. So I'm coming out for pretty much redemption, and also I'm coming into this match 2-2. If I come out 2-3, I will be very disappointed. So I sat down and did as much prep, as much everything as possible in order to try to win this game. So let's talk about what we're bringing. I'm bringing a Scarf Landorus. I am bringing a Rocks in 3 attacks Fortress. The Fortress is meant to potentially catch a Volcarona on the switch-in, potentially with a Rock Slide. Like, if I bring it in, he's going to be like, oh, I need to switch in Volcarona to it, because he's going to get up Rocks, or he's going to do something, and then I can catch it on the switch, and it'll die. So then I have a Scarf Cloud9 Lickilicky, because he has 2 forms of weather on his team, that being Politoed and Excadrill. Yep. So with Cloud9, it gets rid of Excadrill's Sand Rush, it gets rid of Kabutops' Swift Swim, because it gets rid of the weather, it outspeeds both of them, and rip, they die. Not really every time, because Excadrill has a chance to live EQ, but Kabutops does not. Excadrill's just got stupid bulk on the HP. So Scarf Lickilicky, it's mostly physically attacking, but it does have Thunderbolt. A lot of my team is kind of there in order to not let Cloyster get free setup. However, because I am Scarfed, it's going to kind of hinder my ability to do that. So that's going to be Licky. And next up we have an Akaberry Metagross, 4 attacks, the 4th attack being Signal Beam for Celebi. I like how I said the 4th attack, assuming that you guys would know what the 3 first attacks are. So those attacks are Edgequake with Meteor Mash, you know. I just felt like Edgequake against his team overall is very nice. And looking at the team he brought, it is very nice. The only thing that sucks is he didn't bring Celebi, and I could have had something like Ice Punch to do more damage to Crobat, do more damage to Goodra. Just overall, could have also had Rock Polish, but you know. So I have an Akaberry on there too, because I live a +1 Fire Blast from Volcarona with the Akaberry, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. Next up, I'm bringing a completely physical Manaphy. Shouldn't say completely, because again, I don't want Cloyster to get free setup, so I brought Ancient Power on it. Ancient Power, not only just for the Cloyster, it also hits Volcarona if I want to, and it also hits Articuno, which is a 2-hit KO against both of those. But after Rocks completely kills Cloyster, and I'm bringing Waterfall, because that does damage to Excadrill, Tyranitar, Volcarona, all of those. It just does more damage against on the physical side, which is hilarious. And Knockoff and U-Turn. U-Turn with the Expert Belt has a chance to completely destroy Celebi. Knockoff just against his team overall a very good move. And lastly, we are bringing an Agility Thundy T with Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and Hidden Power Bug. Nothing really to hit Goodra. Could come into play later. Look, before this match, like earlier in the season, I was looking at potentially bringing Superpower because he had a Heliolisk, but then I was like, oh, he doesn't have Heliolisk anymore, so I decided on Focus Blast instead. Probably should have gone with Superpower, but, you know, hindsight going into the match. So let's go ahead and actually get into the match. we are going to lead with our Landorus because it has a pretty good matchup against the entirety of his team. I have Grass Knot for Cloyster if he wants to try and lead off with that. He might be afraid of that on Yachi Berry or something. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Landorus, as he's going to lead with the Tyranitar, which is very nice. I mean, I can get off a super effective U-turn on this, and it'll do a lot of damage. And I don't want him Ice Beaming my face, so I'm going to go straight into Metagross. And you're going to see here that he actually does have the Ice Beam. Now, because he does have the free, not completely free switching, but he does have a very nice chance to go into Volcarona here. I might want to try and catch it on the switch, and I'm going to click Rock Slide here. He might be fearing me to Meteor Mash him or Bullet Punch him, but you are actually going to see, because I am a brave nature, he's going to outspeed me on the following turn and get up his rocks. So the crit mattered, obviously crit mattered. So he's going to get up his rocks on this turn. See that he's faster, and now because I showed that I have Rock Slide, he's going to be able to stay in here and click Fire Blast or Crunch or Dark Pulse or whatever he has. So I'm going to go ahead and go straight into Manaphy because I know Manaphy can take it. Just straight, it's really bulky as it is. So he's going to go for the Fire Blast. And we do catch that Fire Blast, and it does 0. And we are pretty much right now playing well around this Tyranitar, besides that over-prediction of clicking Rock Slide. So Tyranitar could have been down. So right here, as I brought in the Manaphy, I was thinking, what move do I click? As you see, I have already clicked U-turn. I was thinking about going for Knockoff, because the one thing that he has on his team for this, for Manaphy, is going to be either Tyranitar, if it's at full health, in the sand with like an Assault Vest, but we already saw he has, we already saw that he has the Stealth Rock, so he's not Assault Vest. So I was thinking, you know what, I could go for the Knockoff, expecting the Goodra to come in and then U-turn on it, but I decided, you know, it's probably better if I just U-turn right away, get the free kill on Tyranitar and the momentum. However, the momentum is going to be going my way, and we don't get to knock off the Goodra. So I go into Landorus here, get off the Intimidate, as he is going to reveal to be Leftovers. So it would have been really nice to knock off those Leftovers. And now he's pretty much afraid of Goodra. I know how good of a matchup it has against my team, so I'm going to go ahead and click U-turn here, not expecting him to want to stay in. So again, I'm going to go straight for the U-turn, and I'm going to go into my Metagross, because I figure the worst thing that he can do to me is probably like Taunt or whatever, Super Fang, which would be pretty bad. So I am going to go ahead and click Meteor Mash, because that's my strongest move to hit this outside of Rock Slide, but I don't expect him to want to stay in. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Meteor Mash, get off a load of damage, as he brings in his Excadrill. So right here, his Excadrill is in, and I'm thinking, you know what, I have a Landorus in the back, and I know that he has had a tendency to overpredict with his Excadrill whenever he brings it in. So what I'm thinking here is he's going to either go for a Toxic or a potential Iron Head, maybe Swords Dance, expecting the Landorus to come in. So I'm just going to go ahead and stay in here and click EQ. I don't really have too much to fear. If he goes for EQ, I can go into Manaphy, I outspeed him, and get another load of damage off against his team. Or he overpredicts, I kill Excadrill, and then we see what happens. So he has the Iron Head, he's going to go for it, and it's not going to do nearly enough damage, of course, because I am a Metagross. And down goes Excadrill, so that prediction pays off, as we do catch him on the overprediction, and he's going to bring in Volcarona. Now right here, because I have the Akaberry, Fiery Dance with my HP investment is not going to be able to knock me out even after taking about 40% of my health away previously with Iron Head and the Ice Beam and whatnot. So Rock Slide is going to be able to connect here, and we are going to take out 2 of his heaviest hitters against my team in 2 turns, just right here in the mid-game. Metagross coming in doing the finest work, and he is going to go ahead and stay in here. Well, he's stayed in, loses 2 of them. And now I'm going to save my Metagross because, you know, again, what's the worst that he can do to Landorus at -1, except he shows Heat Wave. So now I'm thinking, shit, he's nasty bad. So I know right off the bat he's not going to have Roost because he needs the coverage for my team, specifically Heat Wave and Sludge Bomb, and possibly something else, but he shows that he has Hidden Power, which is obviously going to be HP Ice, going to knock us out. Very nice prep on his part. But we do knock Crobat into the red health, which I am completely okay with. If I were to get up my rocks pretty soon, this thing is dead on the switching. But I know that since he cannot really touch Lickilicky, I'm going to go straight into that and click T-Volt. I don't want him going straight into Cloyster following this, because he can potentially set up with that, so I'm going to click T-Volt. I didn't want to switch, I didn't want to lock myself into Body Slam or Rock Slide or something like that as the Cloyster comes in. So I click T-Volt, and I see that doesn't do quite enough damage. So now here I decide my best play is sacking off Metagross, as he is going to go for the Stone Edge and connect. So he's going to go ahead and do that. Down goes Metagross, and we are sitting here pretty solid few turns here. I'm going to go back into Manaphy here, and this time I'm going to click Knockoff. Now, this is pretty important because I know that I can kill from this range no matter what, even against a bulky bulky T-Tar. I'm going to be able to kill that with Knockoff because I am max attack. If he were to switch out back into Goodra again, I would have been able to knock that off. If he goes to sack Crobat, it dies. And just overall, I felt like that was my best play at the moment. So, down goes T-Tar, and he is going to bring in the Crobat in order to get off some good damage against me. I know from here Sludge Bomb is not going to be able to kill, so I'm going to go ahead and click Knockoff again. And unfortunately, really unfortunately, he gets the poison, of course. Now, this sucks, because it's going to be a double down at the end of the turn. When he only had Cloyster and Goodra left, he could have gone into Cloyster and set up with the Shell Smash. I don't have my rocks up yet. And he would have taken an Ancient Power to the face, at which point Lickilicky can come in and potentially end up beating the rest of his team. Or he goes into Goodra, I knock off his leftovers, and as you're going to see later on, he's actually a sub Goodra, so getting off that damage with the knockoff earlier would have been nice. Getting off damage against the against the Goodra with the knockoff now would have been nice. However, I am going to go down to Poison, which is like the only bit of hacks that has happened in this battle, and at the time I didn't think it would matter too much. And right here I knew, you know what, I need to get my rocks up, because if he Sash Cloyster, it won't matter at all, because I will completely just lose to that. So he's going to set up a sub, of course, as I set up my rocks, and that, again, as I said earlier, really sucks. So, now he has a free sub. He can kill me with his fire move of choice, because obviously he's going to pack fire coverage for my team. And he's going to kill us with Flamethrower. We lose Fortress, and now we are in a situation where we need to start breaking this thing's sub and getting out in front of it in order to have a chance in this battle. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Licky, and I'm going to go ahead and click the Body Slam because I know that breaks the substitute, and we're going to end up taking damage from rocks every time I come in, and also he has Dragon Tail. So Dragon Tail is going to be able to phase us out, get more damage on us, and get damage on Thundy with the rocks, Licky with the rocks, and he's going to be able to wear us down to a point where I can't really end up winning this game again. Because Cloyster is just that much of a problem. He's going to wear me down, wear Licky down to a point where I can't break Cloyster. So I get a crit on the Focus Blast there, which was kind of nice. And he's going to Dragon Tail us back into Licky, get off some more Stealth Rock damage. And we're actually going to be able to kill this thing with Body Slam because it is in range. I believe it would have been in range without the crit of Focus Blast as well. I don't know exactly what his spread was, but Body Slam is going to be able to knock out Goodra, and at this point I'm realizing, you know what, my best chance of winning this game is by not letting Cloyster set up. And what's the best way to do that? Well, I'm locked into Body Slam already. I need to get the 30% para in order to have a chance at winning this game. I don't get it. He goes for the Shell Smash, and we are going to lose this game. But however, I felt like I played much better this game than I did the last 2 losses. And he's actually going to show to have Natural Gift. I thought he was like trying to like Dougie on me, not going for Icicle Sphere or Rock Blast. However, he turns out not to have either of those moves. So it turned out to be Natural Gift Electric. So he still could have possibly. I still could have possibly pulled that one out if I somehow predicted that and went into Thundy and then back into Licky to click Thunderbolt. So that's going to be the game. We lose 1-0 only, and I felt much better about not only my my play, but especially my prep going into this match. It was a fun game. I had fun playing it, and playing Fizz is just an honor, kind of, really, to play somebody that I've looked up to for pretty much years now in the Pokemon community since I started watching. And so yeah, we are 2-3 going into week 6. Next week we play Eric in the Bristol Beedooths, and I hope everybody's ready, because sitting at 2-3, that's unacceptable, and we are turning up another notch in order to still get promoted into Division 1, because that's still overall the goal and is still in reach. We are not out of the season. We are not even halfway through the season, and we can turn this around. And I am confident in my abilities and my prep that I can turn this around. So you are going to see a different Kyle for the last 6 weeks of this season. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.